I have a new Bosch 800 series convection wall oven. The digital clock display on the control panel is always very hot to the touch, so much that we are afraid to leave it on and turn off the circuit breaker overnight. When we use any of the oven settings, the stainless steel control panel doesn't get hot during use. But when we shut it off, it vents for only 15 to 20 minutes. After the fan shuts down, the entire control panel and the front of the oven becomes red hot. It takes about 2 hours to cool down. And then the clock display remains hot. I called the service tech who replaced the control panel on the warranty, but this still happens. Now we're told this is normal. Any ideas?
Hi, welcome to Just Answer. My name is. I look forward to helping you. Please know that I am not compensated for my time by the site until you rate using the stars at the top of your page. A rating is appreciated once we get to the solution for your appliance issue. Thanks. Did they replace the actual oven control or the touch panel? May I please have your model number so I am able to provide you with accurate, model-specific information?
They replaced the panel behind the touch panel. The model is HBN 8451UC/01.
Do you know if it was the display unit or the actual board that controls the outputs to the loads, elements?
I believe he replaced the actual board. His initial belief was that the oven wasn't venting long enough and the heat was dissipating to the outside of the machine. That's still happening. When the oven is on, the front of the control panel is cool, except the clock display, which is always hot. When the venting fan stops, the inside of the oven is still very hot, and that heat seems to transfer to the entire front of the control panel. Once the inside cools, the control panel also cools, again, except for the clock display, but that takes a couple of hours. Is any of this normal?
The fan should run long enough to keep the electronics cool. That is its purpose, as well as interior temperature of the cabinet. Please allow me just a few minutes to prepare some information for you. Thank you. I have looked up the technical specs of the cooling fan, and it looks like it is by design that it shuts off in 15 minutes. See the attached sheet from the service manual. I am not sure I would agree with that design because of the heat at the electronics, but the engineering team at Bosch must have found it was not an issue. It appears your oven is working as it was designed. Please let me know if you have additional questions or need clarification. There is no additional charge for any follow-up help. Please remember to rate before you leave, using the stars at the top of the page. If you have any other questions, please let me know. You may continue asking follow-up questions until you have all the information you need, even after rating my service. Thank you.
Thanks for that information. That seems awful quick, especially if you're broiling. Are all ovens like that now? I bought this to replace a KitchenAid oven that was 20 years old. It would vent very loudly for 45 minutes and never got hot on the outside. How can 15 minutes be safe for a wall mount in a wooden cabinet? And what about the digital clock display always being very hot to the touch?
The digital display will be hot, that is normal. I don't agree with the 15-minute limit on the fan, and other manufacturers certainly vent longer. I have no answer why Bosch felt that 15 minutes was sufficient. I would not be pleased with it if I owned the oven, but it is by design.
Okay, so the clock display stays hot. Very strange. After the venting fan goes off, would it help if we left open the oven door to cool it off faster? You can crack open the door so it stays partially open at the top.
Sure, the heat will dissipate faster but the oven light will remain on. I guess the alternative, the cabinet very hot, is more problematic, so that would be an easy solution to getting the oven cooled quickly. It won't be pleasant on a very hot summer day, though.
We had 2 ovens which had to be replaced, and converted the cabinet for this one oven. My carpenter has not closed off the top of the cabinet yet, so we can still touch the top of the oven, which also gets hot. We may have him just put cabinet doors without a shelf so we can open it up and not put the planned shelf there. This is all very weird. Do you know if other brands have similar short venting periods that trigger the heat spreading to the front?
Most of the other manufacturers leave the fan running longer. Heat is hard on electronics, so why they don't even turn the fan on until 491 is baffling to me.
Okay. This has been very helpful. One more question. Any idea if Bosch can modify the venting function so it runs longer?
No, it is programmed in the electronics.
Okay. Thanks for your information. It was very helpful. I'll sign off now.
Thank you. Please let me know if you have additional questions or need clarification. There is no additional charge for any follow-up help. Please remember to rate before you leave, using the stars at the top of the page. If you have any other questions, please let me know. You may continue asking follow-up questions until you have all the information you need, even after rating my service. Thank you.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert, now visit justanswer.com/ythi.